Welcome to my apiary. Good morning. It's November 20th, 2021. It's bee moving day. And I show you that sunrise. Well, I mean, it's 8:30, which in daylight saving time is 9:30. But the sun comes up in the summer. It comes up over here. And then in the winter, it comes up over here. It's quite the dramatic difference. The days get very short here in the winter and very, very long in the summer, as you may know from previous videos. So it's about -9 right now. The daytime high today is said to be about 0, which is going to cause me a little bit of an issue, so I want to get going here. Our daytime highs have been around 0, a couple of degrees above or below. Lows have been, usually not colder than -5, some -9-ish. So still not that cold for the bees. It's interesting. Us as humans, we place a great differential between that above freezing, below freezing line, but I don't think that's such an issue for the bees for sure. They live in that controlled environment inside the hive. So just because there's snow, just because it's below freezing outside, it doesn't mean that it gets that much more desperate inside. It is getting a little too cool to be outside though. So what I've been doing over the last 10 days or so is I've been keeping the snow cleared off my road here that I need to travel a number of times to. I'm going to make about 40 or 50 trips, I think, to move my bees, because as it gets warmer, it gets very mucky as the tractor goes back and forth. And a lot of this snow, even though it's -9 and it's been so for a number of nights, the ground's not frozen under the snow. So I've kept the snow cleared off my road, and I even cleared the snow out of the apiary around the hives and whatnot. So then maybe the ground will firm up and I won't have as much of a problem. I've tried to make it as smooth as I can too, so I don't have to go too slow. But I got some moving around to do in the building here, and then I'll get the tractor out, go to the apiary, and grab some pallets of bees. So stick around for the hilarity. I don't know how interesting this is, but I'll probably play it on fast for you and play you some cool music at the same time. All right, enjoy. looking at the sun. I can't see a thing. So there's a lot of bees out here yet, but they're making some progress. It's about 12:30, and it's going well, fitting things in the barn really well. The bees I picked up from this side, you could see that they were on different kind of pallets. They were from a hobbyist that I guess you could say I mentor her, but she's kind of outgrown me. She's really good at what she does. So anyway, she comes and helps once in a while, and she's actually here in the barn, cleaning off some of the snow and taking reducers out and stuff. So it's a huge help, huge help. Um, so just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. Things are getting warmer. The road is holding up pretty good. It's getting a little rougher. It's in really good shape. It's never been so smooth, but that sun is so hot that even though it's maybe zero or maybe not even as warm as zero, things are melting. The snow is melting off the top of the beehives even right now. So it's not just a very, very tiny wind, um, almost nothing. So it's a very nice day out here. My toes are cold, but that's about it. My fingers are a little bit cold. But the problem is the tractor, you sit on the tractor, your feet don't do much, especially my left foot doesn't do a thing, and toes get cold. So I've got good warm socks, warm boots, and everything, but still get cold. Anyway, I'm going to keep going here and get this rolling and get these bees in. Well, there are. There's 190 colonies in here overall. Got some space yet though, so I guess my capacity is still fairly high. I've got some nukes in here. So there's 3, and there's 9 more on this side. My aisle spacing ended up being fairly roomy. I have to put my red lights in yet, so they're seeing my white lights. So I've got them packed right in. All the reducers are out, thanks to Laura. She was a huge help yesterday. And yesterday, this is the next day because I was so cold and so tired after that day. It was a long day that I couldn't even finish the video. So that's her hives at the end there. And so little jobs to do yet. Get those red lights in. I should do that now. And I want to get my box fans set up just to circulate air. I think we're good with ventilation. I increased my ventilation to 14.5-inch square hole in the wall with a bit of a light trap made out of old supers. And the snow is melting, so that's absorbing heat. That's good. The bees are getting attracted to the lights. So there's a little bit of junk here that needs to be cleaned up. Cabinet needs to be moved out. Pile of supers need to be moved out. The melter fit in here nicely, so it'll sit there for the winter. Yeah, what more can I say? I think that was a long enough day. Got very, very cold doing it. It wasn't that cold out. It was only -2, I think, by the time we were done. But I was frozen to the bone. So this many colonies, I might stretch into 2 days next year. Just so it's not such a challenge. I could have stretched this into 2 days, but you know, you get to a certain point and you think, well, I can probably finish if I just keep going. So that's what I did. I hope you found that interesting. It's probably not very entertaining. I don't know. I'm going to find some stuff I can stash in this space. There's quite a bit of space here. Thankfully. Always stuff you got to store indoors. But all this snow needs to melt and dry up. I think it'll be fine. Alright, I'm going to change some lights to red. And there we go. There's 4 red lights.
There are 4 lights!
Not enough. So I need to go and buy a couple more. I just buy these cheap trouble lights. And then red LEDs from my store. My local hardware store. But they help me see in here. However, I've got a lot of light coming in my doors here. And that's not good. That will get addressed. This is my light trap. You can see the opening down there at the end. Gives me some light to work in here. I've got my red headlamp too. I need to come in and vacuum up the bee drop. These doors are just awful. I bought this place 15 years ago. I couldn't even use these doors. They were so bent up and falling apart. And I cobbled them together and they've never been much good, even at that. So I'm in the market for new doors. Oh well. That's it. That's the bee movement for 2021. The season is in the books. And the bees are in the barn. Sleep well, ladies. We'll see you in March.